Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you guys are having a really good day today. And yeah, I wanted to start the video off a little bit different, even though I'm still recovering from something that I just found out on YouTube. Girl, I don't even know what to say. Okay, have you guys heard of the new Glam and Gore drama? Apparently it's not new because it was 2 weeks ago. It just popped up literally like right before I turned the camera on, and I am shook, like really shook. I have a lot to say, but I'm not gonna say it in this video. All I can say is just be careful who you're friends with, because you never really know who they really are. Keep those eyes opened, you know. Don't trust people too much until you really get to know them, like really well. Just stay woke, you know what I mean? Stay woke. Yeah, okay. Anyway, today's video, moving on. Sorry, it really, like, I'm still processing all of the information, but it was a doozy, okay? Anyway, in today's video we are going to talk about the new Stone Cold Fox palette from Colourpop. It has, as you can see, mine is really dirty because it's taken me like 5 days to film this video. I've had so many issues, not with the palette, but just microphone, myself. It's just been a hot mess. But anyway, the palette looks like this. It has 30 eyeshadows. It is a combination of mattes, metallics, and shimmers. It does have some mattes that have micro glitter in them, like the previous palette, like the Tati Beauty palette. It is just a gorgeous palette. So I'm going to be doing 3 different eyeshadow looks with the palette. One of them is this bad boy right here, which I have to say I think it's my favorite one of the 3. So we're gonna do 3 different eyeshadow looks, and then also in the collection we have this brush set. I think it retails for $32, and mine are really dirty because I do use them in the video and show you how the brushes perform, or at least I try to. So I think, yeah, it retails for $32. I already said that. And yeah, it comes in this beautiful little like roller set, but the only issue is that it gets dirty. I know you're supposed to clean your brushes before you put them in here, but like nobody has time to do that. So yeah, it's gonna get dirty, but it is a beautiful color. And yeah, if you guys want to see the 3 different eyeshadow looks, you want to hear my review, you want to do the thing, then just keep on watching. Getting started with the first eyeshadow look, I am taking the P. Louise eyeshadow base in the shade 2.0, and I am using the concealer brush that came in this collection set. Moving on to the eyeshadow, I am taking the dark gray from the palette, and I'm going to start packing this color onto the outer corner and the inner corner. This is going to be a halo eyeshadow look, so we want to match what we do on the outside on the inside as well. And as you guys can see, I did try to use one of the brushes that came in the collection, but I was not happy with the way that it felt. It's hard to explain, but it just was not working for me, so I did end up going back to my Morphe Jaclyn Hill pencil brush, and I'm basically going to continue with this process until I'm happy with the pigmentation. And now I'm moving on to softening the edges. So once I'm happy with the pigmentation and I see that I have enough color down, and you know, once you're happy with the way it looks, you know, you want to take the same brush and just lightly start blending the edges. And I know it doesn't look like I'm doing much, but I like to keep my movements very small and tight when I do this step because I don't want to over blend. So Next, I am taking the lighter gray from the palette and I'm using a fluffier blending brush, and I'm just going to apply this color above the previous color as our transition color, and I'm basically just going to blend both colors together. Again, I am keeping the movements small and calculated because I don't want to overblend or place the eyeshadow somewhere where I don't want it to be. Next, I am taking the beautiful silver from the palette. This is the most intense silver that I have ever seen in any eyeshadow palette that I own, but I am just taking a flat brush and applying it right to the center of the lid. There is no cutting of the crease with this eyeshadow look. You just want to place it right in the center, and I usually try to blend both side edges, I guess, if that's what you would call the edges, you know, both sides. I just try to blend with the matte so that it doesn't look like a blob placed in the middle, if that makes any sense. But yes, just follow what I'm doing on the screen. And I almost forgot, I also take a tiny blending brush like this one. You can take whatever brush you have, and I also like to blend the very top of the center so that again it doesn't look like a little blob just sitting there, since we didn't cut the crease. I don't want it to look perfect, but I also don't want it to look not perfect, you know? But okay, let's move on. So now I'm taking the white from the palette and using a flat brush, I'm just applying that right to the brow bone area. And again, because I don't want it to look like it's just sitting there very bright, I'm taking a blending brush. I'm not adding any product to this blending brush, and I'm just going to blend whatever is on the eye already and blending it with the white that we just put down. And also, I don't know if you guys noticed, I did try to use the blending brush from the collection, but I didn't like it, so I went back to the Morphe Jaclyn Hill blending brush. Moving on to the lower lash line, I am going back to the dark gray, and I am using a pencil brush from this collection, from the Stone Fox Cold collection brush set. Did I say that right? Anyway, I am putting this dark gray on the outer corner and the inner corner of the lower lash line, leaving the center empty. Next, I'm taking the same silver that we used on the top and applying it to the empty space on the lower lash line, and I am using one of the brushes from the collection, and this one I actually really liked. Moving on to the waterline, I am taking this dark smoky gray pencil from Makeup Forever and just applying it right in that waterline. Now taking the same beautiful matte white that we used on the brow bone and applying it right to the inner corner. Moving on to mascara, I am taking Fenty Beauty's mascara and just applying a quick coat to my top and bottom lashes. And for lashes, I am using Tati lashes in the style TL4, and I do apologize, they have this white band. As you guys can see, I tried to take it off, but you can still see it, so just pretend it's not there. But anyway, this is the finished first eyeshadow look. I hope that you like it, and let's move on to the second one. To start off the second eyeshadow look, I'm taking the same P. Louise eyeshadow base to prime my eyes. For this look, I am starting off by applying the black eyeshadow right to the outer corner. I am using the same Morphe Jaclyn Hill pencil brush. This is one of my favorite brushes because it really packs on color. As you guys can see, this black from this palette is extremely opaque and so intense. So I am basically just going to pack on the color again to the outer corner and I'm also going to start packing it about halfway to the lid, but not all the way in, so right to about the center. And then I'm switching over to a softer blending brush, and I'm going to start to soften and blend the edges. Moving on, I am taking the darkest brown from the palette, and using a pencil brush, I am going to start packing this color right up above the previous shade. Once the color is packed, I am going to be using the same brush to soften the edges. Next, I am taking this cool pink lighter shade, and I'm going to be using this one as my transition color, and I'm using a small pencil brush to blend in this color. Next, I am going back into the dark brown eyeshadow, and I am going to start to build up pigmentation again, since we do tend to lose a lot of the pigment in the blending process. So I'm taking the dark brown, packing it right up above the black like we did before, and blending. And then I'm also going to do the same for the black eyeshadow and the transition color. You want to repeat this process as many times as you need to. I usually repeat it twice, sometimes 3 times. It just depends on the eyeshadow, you know, how easily they blend. So there's really no particular times that you want to do this, but I say just do it until you're happy with the way it looks. Next, I am taking a Q-tip and cutting the edge at an angle because that outer edge was looking messy. I'm just taking a little bit of concealer to clean it up. Grabbing the shade Caving In and a flat brush, I'm applying that to whatever is left of the eye, mostly the inner corner, basically up until, you know, where it meets the black. And again, because we don't want this to look like a shimmery blob, we are gonna take a blending brush, and I'm putting a little bit of the black eyeshadow on the brush, and I'm just gonna blend in that color towards the shimmer. I'm also grabbing the smaller blending brush to blend the top of that edge a little bit so it just doesn't sit there. Next, I am taking the beautiful intense silver and applying it right to the inner corner. Moving on to the waterline, I am taking the Makeup Forever Kohl Pencil in black. For the lower lash line, I am going back into the black eyeshadow using a pencil brush from the collection. Is this from the collection? I actually don't know. Yes, it is from the collection. So I'm just applying the black to the lower lash line. And as you can see, I really packed on the black on the lower lash line because I wanted it to be very intense, but I am taking a blending brush and just softening the edges of the lower lash line. Then I'm taking the Too Faced Better Than Sex eyeliner, and I'm not doing an actual winged liner. You can do that if you would like, but all I am doing is just lining the edge of whatever, I don't know what that's called, but whatever I did there, that's what I'm doing, just to blend in the lashes a bit better, but no winged liner in this eyeshadow look. Well, that was a mess. If you guys know what I just did, let me know in the comments below. I swear my brain doesn't work. But anyway, I am using L'Oreal's mascara, and then I am taking these lashes from Dove Lashes. I believe they're called Viva Glam or something like that, glam something. Oh my gosh, my brain does not work. But anyway, this is the finished look for the second eyeshadow look. I hope that you guys like it, but let's go ahead and move on to the last tutorial. And for the last eyeshadow look, I am going to prime my eyes with the P. Louise eyeshadow base one more time, and I am also taping off the outer corner. For the first eyeshadow, I am going into this beautiful cool pink eyeshadow, and I'm just applying it using a fluffy blending brush. This one is from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill collection. Quick little side note, I wanted this look to be soft, and I'm not going to be packing any of the colors. We are only going to be using blending brushes so that the eyeshadows go on a lot lighter. Moving on to the crease color, I am taking this like purple mauve shade. This one does have micro glitter in it, but as you guys can see, it does go on completely matte. If you want the micro glitter to show on these, you usually have to apply it using a flat brush. Moving on to the transition color, I am grabbing this lighter pink, and again I'm using a fluffy blending brush and just blending this color in to the transition area, making sure that everything is well blended. Moving on to the brow bone, I'm just taking the white eyeshadow and applying it using a flat brush. And again, because I don't like it to just sit there, I am gonna take the same fluffy brush and I'm just gonna blend the transition color just a tiny bit with the brow bone color. Next, I am going back to the darker mauve shade, and using a blending brush, I'm just applying some of this eyeshadow to the outer corner. I am bringing it in a little bit as well, and this is just to intensify the look and to give it some dimension. Next, I am taking the P. Louise eyeshadow base one more time to cut the crease. Now I'm taking the shade Mastery and applying it with a flat brush to the first half of the cut crease. And I forgot to do this part before putting down the lid color, but all I'm doing is just taking a bit of the darker eyeshadow and blending the outer edge of the cut crease. And now applying this brighter shimmery pink to what's left. I was feeling like we needed a little bit more oomph in this look, so I am grabbing the Too Faced glitter glue and taking this glitter from Violet Voss, and I'm just applying it right to the very end of the cut crease. Moving on to eyeliner, I am going to use the Colourpop liquid eyeliner, and I actually did not know that I was going to add a winged liner If you are going to do the eyeliner, I suggest doing the eyeliner first and then doing the glitter second, because it's a little bit hard to go over the glitter and get a straight line. I just did it backwards because I honestly did not plan on adding a wing. But anyway, moving on to the lower lash line. With the lower lash line, I am going back to that same eyeshadow that we used for the crease, and I'm just applying it all along the lash line, and I am using a brush from this collection. For the waterline, I am using another pencil from Makeup Forever, and this one is a beautiful metallic purple. Moving on, I'm taking this color and just blending out the lower lash line. Next, I am taking the white eyeshadow and applying it to the inner corner. And using Fenty Beauty's mascara, I'm just putting on a quick coat to my top and lower lashes. For eyelashes, I am using these from Dove Lashes. I will put the style in the description box below because I don't remember their style name, but this is the finished last eyeshadow look. I hope that you guys liked at least one of these looks. Let me know what you think about them down below and which one was your favorite, and I will be right back to give you my final thoughts. And now I'm just going to show you the rest of the brush collection. I am going to be applying my makeup and show you how the brushes performed, and I will also give a quick review of the entire collection. So I've already done foundation, and we're gonna use some of the brushes that I have left, which are most of just the face brushes. So I'm gonna take this one from the set. This is F29. I'm gonna dip into NC42, and I'm gonna set the darkest part of my skin. Okay, so that's down here. So I'm gonna, okay, so far so good. So it does look like it's, but I don't know. See, I can see that it's patchy over here. I don't feel, okay, it's doing it. It's doing it. I just need to go over it a couple more times. There is no foundation brush in this set. They're all just powder brushes. So that's why I already applied my foundation, because we didn't have a brush to apply foundation with. Okay. So, okay, so yeah, this is doing a good job. Let's see. Okay, see, it's still a little bit patchy right here with that brush. So I'm gonna take my Smashbox brush and I'm just gonna go bloop, and look at that. Look at that. It just covers, you see that? So yeah, I would say this brush maybe for a different type of loose powder, maybe not to set your foundation. But anyway, I'm gonna continue with this brush. Okay, so that was the F29, and then I am going to grab, we're gonna do the F31 from the set. And I'm gonna go into my NC25, which is what I use to set under my eye and what I use to set my concealer. So I'm gonna take the, oh, I like this one. I always use a small rounded brush to do this, but I like this one. It's doing what it's supposed to do, and it actually fits really nicely under the eye area. I'm gonna take the Dragon Beauty, these little powders right here, and I'm gonna take the yellow one, and I'm gonna go back to the small brush, and I'm just going to apply it right under my eye. So this brush is actually perfect for the like for setting concealer and for right under the eye. I'm gonna take a little bit of this too and put it on the top of my nose to highlight the nose, and then we're gonna do the chin and right in the center of my big old forehead. Okay, okay. I guess I'll use translucent powder because I really don't know what else to use this brush with. So I'm gonna take one of my favorite ones, probably not your favorite one because it is from Too Faced, but I really like this one. So it's the Too Faced Peach Perfect Translucent Powder, and I'm just going to take the big brush from the set. This is the F28, and I'm gonna dip the little brush, the big brush, in here, and I'm just gonna set everything. Oh, this is really soft, this brush. So I'm just gonna run the powder just all over, just to kind of set everything. And again, I'm just running the loose translucent powder all over my face. We're gonna mattify this foundation. Honestly, I love this brush. It is so soft. I just want to like, yes. Oh, it feels so good. It's really, really soft. And it covers like your entire, look at that, like whoop, like your whole face. Okay, I didn't think I was gonna like this brush. I didn't think I was gonna have a use for this brush, but I have to tell you, I like it. Okay, now I have to contour. I forgot about that. Okay, so to contour, I would probably want to use this one, although she looks a little bit thick for contour. What do we do? Dilemma. Oh no, I know what to do. Okay. All right, so next I'm gonna use this one, and this is the F30, and we're gonna use this one to contour. So I'm gonna go into the Benefit Hula Caramel Bronzer, and let's just see what this does. Hopefully it's not gonna be, oh no, it's nice. It's honestly like a very airbrush effect with these brushes. So I don't know if you guys can see this on camera. I don't know why this happens to me, but I always get a little white patch right there. I don't know what it is because I swear it was covered before, but it always happens right when I contour. It is the weirdest thing ever. That could just be me not applying my foundation properly. Anyway, we're gonna contour right here. Oh, okay, it's doing a good job. It's very even. You can see, look at that, look at that. It is very beepity nice. Beepity nice. I like it. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it did take some of my product from underneath off. So now it's starting to look a little bit patchy, which is normally why I always do a very light hand and like this type of motion. But that's okay. It's not a big deal. I'm already looking a hot mess, so it doesn't really matter. I'm honestly going to bed right after this, and I'm just doing this to test out the brushes, so it's okay. Moving on to highlighter, I am going to go into Benefit's Cookie Highlighter right here, and we're gonna use the highlighter brush. This is the F33 from the set. Very nice. I love highlighter brushes like this just because they get right into this little area, so they're perfect. All right, so that is the highlighter. I like it. I mean, it's a highlighter brush. It's whatever. It's good. It's good. I like it. Okay, so now let's move on to blush. And for blush, we're going to use the last face brush from the set, which is the F32. And I'm going to go into this Morphe blush in the shade Hustle right here. I'm just using a very light hand. And I always like to put my blush up this way too, to blend with the contour and the highlight, so it doesn't look like one strip of highlighter just sitting there all alone, you know? What just happened here? I just created a weird line. What is happening? Girl. Okay, I did my makeup yesterday and it was looking really nice, and the only difference is that I used my own brushes and not these brushes, so I'll just leave that there, okay? But I don't know if I'm like a big fan of these brushes right now. I feel like they're taking product off my face. Okay. Oh. I need to apply highlighter to my nose. I'm gonna use the concealer brush to do that because I don't have another brush in my hand. Actually works really good for this. Okay, I think I'm done. With the brushes. So this is what we look like. I think I'm looking a little bit of a hot mess, to be honest with you. I don't know how to feel because I did my makeup yesterday, and again I used my brushes and none of these things happened, but it could just be me because I am rushing a little bit. Let me apply a little bit of setting spray and maybe that will help. I'm gonna use the Pop Makeup Magnet Mist. It smells really good. If I could get it on my face. Why am I missing my face? Oh, there we go. Oh, what's that? No. Okay, why? It's just one of those days because that didn't happen yesterday. Okay, I hate when setting spray does that. I'm gonna wait for it to dry and then I'm gonna try to fix it, but look, it made it patchy, and that didn't happen yesterday because I used that setting spray yesterday. So I think I'm just having a bad makeup day. So I don't know, but let me apply some lipstick and I will be right back to give you guys my final thoughts on the palette and the brush set. Let me give you my final thoughts on the collection. So starting off with the palette, I think the palette is a definite must buy, especially if you love cool toned eyeshadows, or if you are wanting to try cool toned eyeshadows. I think this is a great, not even starter palette, just a palette for you to really get to play with a lot of cool toned eyeshadows, or if you just want to try to start moving away from the warmer tones, because I know we all love a warm eyeshadow moment. But yes, I do recommend the palette. It performed really well. It blended so nice. The pigmentation was definitely there. The colors are beautiful, and also it is huge. There's 30 eyeshadows in it. It's really affordable, and it's a great dupe for another palette that I'm not gonna mention. It's from a popular beauty YouTuber, and it's also cool tone grays, you know, those types of colors. If you don't support that person, don't like the person, or whatever the case may be, you just don't want to purchase that palette, I think this is a great option for you. It has a lot of the same colors and a lot more eyeshadows, and it's a better price, and honestly much better quality. I always have a hard time blending those other eyeshadows. I don't know why. Not with all his palettes, but some of them have given me a hard time. So I think this is a great dupe for that, and better. This is my favorite color from the palette, by the way. This silver right here. Like, just look at this. Look at this. Ready? One swatch and I barely touched my skin. Like, that is insane. It is so beautiful. Look at that. It's like metal. It's just so, not metal, silver. It's just beautiful. Yeah, so I say the palette, yes. Like, I really don't have much to say other than if you want it, get it. I know that it went out of stock as soon as it went on the website, and they just restocked it today. So the last time I checked a few hours ago, it was still in stock. So hopefully you guys can get your hands on it. Anyway, moving on to the brush set. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, I have to be honest here. I love the brush, like, packaging. I love the colors of the brushes, but I was not happy with the way that they performed. The highlighter brush, yes, it did a great job. and I can get them to work. I feel like if you just use a very light hand with them, they'll be fine. But I did find them to take my makeup off if I used a little bit of a heavier hand, which my other brushes don't do that. So I don't know. And I also, like, for me, I like my brushes to be really like dense. Like I really like to feel that I have control over the bristles, and these guys just feel like the bristles are longer but not as compact, so like you really don't get that, like, you know what I mean? Like it's hard to explain. Like this one, you see how like it has all these bristles, so like when you apply it on your skin, like you just really feel the denseness, and like you could just feel that you're getting the product on there the way that you're supposed to, and it's going on very evenly. With these, the bristles are just not as compact, so it almost like, yes, it gives you like this airbrush kind of feeling, but then you also see that it misses like some spots because it's just not dense enough with a lot of these brushes. The big face brush I loved. It's really soft, and it's perfect for translucent powder. You can definitely get them to work. It could just be me. It could just be me having a bad, you know, makeup day. I don't know. But I'm not a big fan of the brush set. Also, the eyeshadow brushes, I have to tell you, I did not like. I had a very hard time blending with them. Again, they just didn't feel like they were doing enough, if that makes sense. It just didn't feel like they had enough bristles. So yes, the pencil brushes I like only for the lower lash line. I did try to pack some eyeshadow with this, and it just wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. I just didn't like them. So I don't know. I mean, again, it could just be me, but this one I like. So like the flat brushes I like. I just didn't like them for blending, if that makes sense, you know? So I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm sorry if, you know, you were hoping that I liked the brush set. Overall, it's okay. Like if you really want it because it's such a beautiful color and such a beautiful set, go for it. I think you can definitely make it work, but it wouldn't be my first choice. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna keep trying them. If I find anything different, like maybe it was user error, maybe it was just me having a bad makeup day, I'll let you guys know down in a comment below somewhere, or in the description box. I'll put a little update in there, you know, and let you know that it was my fault. But as of right now, as of today, I'm not a big fan. So that's all that I have to say. The brush set is still in stock, by the way, if you want to pick it up. But yeah, that's all that I have to say about the collection. I hope that you guys liked the eyeshadow looks in this video. Sorry for being a little bit weird today. I hope that you don't mind. But thank you guys so much for being here and watching. I really appreciate every single one of you. Don't forget to subscribe before you go, but even if you don't, remember that I just appreciate you being here and watching. It really means the world to me, and it makes my day to be able to talk to you in the comments. You know, like I love doing that. It just, I don't know, I have no shame in my game. Okay, you comment, I'm gonna comment back. I like being able to talk to you guys, so thank you so much for your comments. And yeah, don't forget that you can also follow us all over social media at GlitterBeauties, the same way that is spelled right there. And I think that's it. Yeah, okay, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.